I cannot believe Frontier added King Cheetahs into the game without even telling us. Welcome to the update 1.12 overview. There are some things in this update that Frontier have not told us about. I did not realise that these guys were being added. I only discovered them purely by chance when the cheetah in Tepton Zoo died. I had to go in and buy a new one, and this is what I bought. So let's go and take a look at everything new in update 1.12, or at least I think it's everything. We will find out for sure tomorrow. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the diorama tool. I've never made a diorama before, and this tool makes it really easy to do them, so maybe that'll persuade me to give it a go and see what I can come up with. But we'll select Africa and the tropical environment. And there we go, instant diorama, some terrain up in the air, looking nice. I really like the way the grass sort of turns into the stone on the sides. It's a nice little touch. I don't know if that's new or if that's how it always works, if you cut a slice out of the terrain. But you've got these options here. You can choose a sky or just like a plain background. And then you can actually choose different shapes of diorama, which is really cool. I really like this hemisphere option. I can see myself making one of these at some point. You can just choose whatever you want to do with it, get it the right shape, and then with one click you've got one. So yeah, I think we can expect to see some more dioramas on YouTube soon. It's been a while. Might make for an interesting episode of Planet Wild to try and fit a whole environment on this little spot here. It would also save me having to cover the entire map with environment, which would be really useful from my perspective. So yeah, maybe we'll do one of these soon. But if you've ever wanted to make a diorama and you either couldn't work out how to get the terrain like this, or you just couldn't face doing it, now you can do it really easily. Let's move on and look at the next addition to the game. New grasses. Ooh yeah. This is something we have needed for a while. We've gradually got a few new grasses like the Yorkshire fog grasses and obviously the dring grass, which we've been using for everything for ages, but now we've got a whole load of them, and each one of the grasses is available both in a sort of I don't know what you'd call it, lush green form, and also in a dry form. So you can see those here. So that's brilliant. You can go from creating a sort of African savanna with this yellowy grass to a European woodland, or even South American jungle. Anything where you need some grass, basically, you've got both aspects of it covered. And one of the greener ones that you can see here has got flowers on it as well, which gives a really nice pop of colour. We've also got some new pieces in the update, these beautiful hanging baskets. One of which I've just popped onto the top of the fruit bat aviary here. You can use these for anything. They're part of the new butterfly walkthrough exhibit, but they're available as two separate pieces. The basket with the sort of triple chain you can see here, and then the separate really small chain at the top, which I can see people getting a lot of use from as a piece. And then the netting from the walkthrough exhibit is also available in the base game, which is really nice. So you can use these netting panels to create anything where you need netting, really, mainly for planting and obviously for butterfly and other insect habitats, maybe for stick insects and things like that as well. I've seen netting used for. So yeah, that's a really nice touch that those are in the base game, even if you don't have the Grasslands Animal Pack. Now we're going to take a look at something that people have been waiting for a very long time. The Bulldozer. Yes, we can finally remove things from the zoo easily. This tool is amazing. So you can choose the area that you're going to use it on, and you can choose exactly what it removes. So if, for example, you've placed some horribly out of place bins in your zoo, you can just select Path Extras, and in a single click you can remove the bins and leave everything else untouched. This tool is so powerful. As well as choosing what you can remove, it pays no attention whatsoever to groups. So this foliage here is in a set of, there's probably 3 groups here, I think, all with about 100 trees in it, all overlapping, and you can literally just go in and delete individual trees with one click. You don't have to go into the groups. The game doesn't care which group it's in. It will just delete whatever you ask it to delete, which makes such a massive difference to anything like this where you need to clear stuff. And if you actually need to clear a whole area, even with habitats and things like that in it, you can do that as well. Next up is a new option for the heat maps. So now when you go into the heat maps option, there are new selections you can make where you can check the visibility of animals in each habitat. So you check if you want to do it for the whole habitat, just for one animal, or an average of all the animals over the past year. Select the habitat, and the blue will show you where guests can see animals from and whereabouts in the habitat they can see the animals. So that could be useful when you're designing a habitat, show you things like how you can use solid walls to stop guests from seeing into the habitat, because guests basically ignore any scenery pieces. So if you're going to use, rocks or wall parts or something to build the side of a habitat, you need to make sure you've got a solid concrete wall or a brick wall hidden inside it. Otherwise the guests will just stand trying to see them through the rocks. So that's the heat maps. Let's move on to the final part of the new update, the guided tours. So I've got to say, I struggle to work out exactly how to get these to work best. Hopefully I'll know more tomorrow when it is officially released. We do not get patch notes or anything at all with early access. You get the DLC and you get the update, and that's it. You have to wait for release day to actually see the patch notes, so I'm sort of going in blind here. So I'm not going to hold Frontier responsible for how difficult this was. It may well just be me not understanding it properly. We'll take a look at how the tour works and what it looks like when the educator's taking people around. They've got a little sign to hold, like they're taking people around a city, which amused me. And yeah, I think if I can actually work out how this works properly, hopefully after seeing the patch notes tomorrow, I think this is going to be a pretty cool addition to the game. I like the way you get a group that comes in specifically to do it, and they have to pay money to do so. So it's just another sort of layer of realism that you can put into your zoos. And that is everything that I discovered in update 1.12. We will know tomorrow if there's anything else. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, hope you find it useful, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.